My journey to becoming a stop-motion animator. People often ask me one question. Why did you choose stop-motion animation? And honestly, I never know how to answer that question in just a few words. Because when I look back, stop-motion wasn't just a job. It became a huge part of my life. For more than 6 years, it was where I learned, struggled, grew, failed, and discovered who I wanted to become. And today, I want to tell you that story. Years ago, I had no idea I would become an animator. Like many young people, I was simply trying to find my place in the world. I knew I loved creativity. I loved visual storytelling. I loved making things that could bring joy, emotion, and imagination to others. But I didn't know what path I should follow. Then one day, I discovered stop-motion animation. I still remember the feeling. I watched a tiny puppet move across a screen, frame by frame, step by step. And somehow, it felt alive. It looked like magic. A lifeless object suddenly had personality, emotion, movement, a story. I remember thinking, how is this even possible? And that curiosity changed my life. I decided to learn everything I could about stop motion, but very quickly I discovered something important. Stop motion is beautiful, but it is also incredibly difficult. Many people see the final animation. They see the character moving smoothly. They see the finished film. What they don't see is the work behind it. A single second of animation may require 12, 24, or even more individual photographs. Imagine that. You move a character slightly, take a picture. Move it again, take another picture. Again, and again, and again. For hours, sometimes for days, just to create a few seconds of movement. There were days when I spent an entire afternoon creating only a handful of seconds of animation. There were scenes that had to be restarted from the beginning because of one tiny mistake, a hand accidentally touching the set, a light moving slightly, a character falling over, a camera shifting just a few millimeters. And suddenly, hours of work were gone. It was frustrating, very frustrating. But it taught me something valuable: patience. As the years passed, I improved. Project after project, scene after scene, frame after frame. I learned how to observe people, how they walk, how they react, how emotions appear through body language. I learned how to bring those details into my characters. I learned how to tell stories without words. I learned how to work under pressure, how to solve problems, how to collaborate with a team. And slowly, I became a professional stop-motion animator. Eventually, I even moved into a management role, helping lead animation productions. Looking back now, I realize that I spent most of my 20s surrounded by cameras, puppets, lights, and miniature worlds. And honestly, I loved it. But life doesn't always move in the direction we expect. The creative industry changes quickly. Technology evolves. New tools appear. 3D animation became more accessible. Artificial intelligence began transforming production pipelines. Studios adapted, budgets changed, the industry shifted. And then one day, I lost my job. I remember sitting there wondering what would happen next. For years, stop motion had been a major part of my identity. Now, suddenly, everything felt uncertain. Questions filled my mind. Does this career still have a future? Do my skills still matter? Should I start over? Should I choose a completely different path? Those were difficult days. Days filled with doubt. Days filled with fear. days when I wasn't sure what came next. But after a long time reflecting, I came to an important realization. The true value of stop motion was never the technology. It was never the cameras. It was never the software. The value was always in the people, the creativity, the imagination, the stories, the emotions, the countless hours of dedication behind every frame. Technology can help us. AI can help us. New tools can make work faster. But passion, curiosity, persistence, those things still matter, and they always will. That realization changed the way I see my career. Today, I'm still learning. I'm exploring new forms of animation. I'm studying new technologies. I'm searching for new opportunities. But at the same time, I want to share what I've learned. I want to talk about stop motion. I want to share my experiences, the successes, the failures, the lessons, the mistakes, everything. Because I don't want that Because I don't want that knowledge to disappear. I don't want this incredible art form to slowly fade away without passing its wisdom to the next generation. If you're watching this right now, maybe you're an animator, maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a filmmaker, or maybe you're simply someone chasing a dream. I want you to remember something. Your journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's. You don't have to move as fast as everyone around you. You don't have to have everything figured out today. Skills can be learned, knowledge can be gained, experience comes with time. But persistence is what keeps you moving forward when everything else tells you to stop. Stop motion taught me that lesson. And honestly, it may be the most valuable lesson I've ever learned. Thank you for listening to my story. And this is only the beginning.